Hello everyone and welcome back to this channel. This is day 11 of 100 days on wheel in Gran Turismo 7 and today is the day we finally grabbed our first ever daily race podium. This race had everything: an early lead, a huge mistake, a comeback and a bit of GT7 magic at the very end. So buckle up and let's get into it. We are starting P2 in the Toyota GR01 Hybrid, and as the lights go out, I get a really solid launch. I managed to stick right behind the race leader, keeping the pressure on while slowly closing the gap through the opening corners. Now at this chicane, I managed to close the gap a lot because the leader braked too much than us. A few corners later, heading into turn 7, better known as the toe, I spot an opportunity, go for the move, and we are through. Just like that, now we are leading the race. At this point of the race, my goal is simple: increase the gap as much as I can before my next pit stop, so I don't lose a lot of time because I'm on softs. This is the best time I could give to my car. I can push, I can go fast around the corners and really increase the gap, because after this, when I'm on mediums and that too on cold medium tires, my pace will go a lot down and I will have to defend. These few first laps are crucial for attacking, and after that it's all about defending my position and getting this win. By the end of lap 5, I've built a comfortable 4.3 second gap to P2. At this point, I was feeling pretty confident. Maybe a little too confident, because on lap 6, disaster struck. Coming through turn 9, I got a little bit too excited with the throttle while the wheel was still fully turned. The rear stepped out, the car spun around, and just like that, my lead was gone. Classic case of my right foot writing checks, my steering wheel couldn't catch. Luckily, I got a massive break because P3 also made the exact same mistake at the same corner. So instead of dropping multiple places, I only lost the lead. Now I'm sitting 5 seconds behind P1. My tires are absolutely cooked, and it's clear the only option is to pit at the end of lap 7 for a fresh set of racing mediums. So at the end of lap 7, I pit, and this pit in Watkins Glen is really tricky because it's easy to get a corner cut penalty, so I had to drop a lot of speed, and now we are changing to mediums from soft. This pit stop drops me down to P4, so now the comeback begins. At the end of lap 8, P2 heads into the pits, which hands me another position and moves me up to P3. Now, with only 2 laps left, every braking point and every corner has to be perfect. One mixed apex or one tiny mistake could be enough to lose any chance of catching back up. Heading on to the end of this race, the gap to P1 has grown to around 23 seconds. So realistically, the win is gone. But then, GT7 decided it wasn't finished with the race yet. It turns out, P2 never made a pit stop to use both mandatory tire compounds. In this race, you have to use both racing mediums and racing softs, and if you don't, you get hit with a 1 minute penalty after the race, and that penalty drops P2 all the way down to P5, which means we are promoted to P2, our very first podium finish on the wheel. I genuinely couldn't believe it. I thought I lost my place there. I lost P2 and finished P3. My DR will go down and everything else, or even if I finish on P4. But this came as a miracle on the end, and we were finished. And we finished with P2, and also we retained the position. We started P2, we went P1, we fell back to P3, and then we increased our pace to get P2. And that's the end of the race. It feels amazing to finally get a result like this. Before today, my best finish was P5, so standing on the podium just 11 days into learning the wheel feels like a huge milestone. More importantly, it really shows how much progress consistent practice can make. On day 1, I was sliding through almost every corner. Now on day 11, we are standing on our first podium. There's still a long way to go, but we're definitely moving in the right direction. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, and if you're finding yourself coming back to this channel, consider subscribing. It really helps out. If you'd like to watch the entire race from start to finish, the full uncut on-board VOD is available here on the channel as well. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay frosty.